Think, Mark! Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends, Spider-Man No Way Home, Armadillo, BAF, Wave, J. Jonah Jameson, and this is, of course, the version from No Way Home / Far From Home, and not the Raimi version. It would have been kind of cool if we could have gotten a Raimi head, for J.K. Simmons' version of that, but I can see that coming in like a 2-pack or something down the line after when they try to milk the Tobey Maguire mold that they hopefully will make for the movie, because I'm sure they have to, right? Like they can't not make Andrew and Toby. They got to, and it has to be before the end of next year. You got to capitalize on that hype. Granted, we'll buy it anyway, but still, either way, not the point. Without further ado, let's get into what J. Jonah Jameson comes with. He has an angry head and a "damn you, Spider-Man" hand, as well as a hand that has a ring on it. I don't know why my camera's not focusing. As well as this nice hand with the ring on it, and then he comes with these alternate hands which have the ring on it, and then they're just splayed out. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming like these are probably to like put on a table so you can have him have one hand on the table and going, "He's a menace," or slamming the hand down, whatever you like. And then he also comes with this plain head, which looks phenomenal. This is insane. I keep saying it every time, we get a new Marvel Legends that, oh, this might be the best likeness that they have. But, I mean, they've really stepped up their game, so every figure pretty much has had, like, amazing likenesses. I mean, look at this. This just, like, we are farmers. Bum, 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 I mean, holy crap. This is insane. I'm taking a look at the two heads side by side. Here you go. They look great. These heads look fantastic. Now taking a look at the detail on Jameson. You can see he's got the head, as I already said. This is basically just, what you're getting with this figure, honestly. We've gotten pretty much all these pieces before. All the hands are actually new. This hand is not a reuse from the comic book J. Jonah Jameson. This is actually like a third smaller than that hand, so that's pretty cool. But the standard, like, Peter Parker body and Iron Fist and the original Bruce Banner, I think is what it had. That's the under torso here. And then the suit jacket, which I know we've gotten some closed jackets like this, like we had the Professor X one and all that stuff, but this may be reuse. It may not be though, but it's closed, so it hinders articulation, which we'll get to that. And then the rest of the suit body is just the normal suit body. Not to knock the figure or anything, it's still a great figure. It's perfect for what it needs to be, but it's just some, mostly stuff that we've seen already, aside from a couple new parts. And speaking of articulation, his head can go up that far, can go down that far, pretty good. It's got some nice tilt, rotation, shoulders. Got to force it on that side, but go out that far. Rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that go back, go up that far. Hands go standard joints for the 3 hands, the fist, and then the 2 splayed out hands. And then up and down movement for the pointing hand. As for his torso, it is a waist swivel, and then there is a ab crunch, as you can see the line right there, but you can't do anything with it. You can get a little bit, but not too terribly much. Legs go out that far, but the jacket kind of hinders it a little bit, and the suit body, we all know it's been out for a very long time. It doesn't have the greatest articulation. Legs go that far forward. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees that go back. Decent. And then since this is the standard suit body and not the Nick Fury body, the ankle, there is no rotation at the ankles, but the feet can go back that far, can go up that far, and then, of course, ankle pivot. And on to some size comparisons. You kind of got to, like, half his knees to get him to stand up properly, because otherwise he just falls right over. Here he is next to his fellow Wavemates and movie figures in the integrated suit, and then Dr. Strange. I'll get into it in the review that I post at some point, unless this figure pisses me off too much to the point where I don't review it, which is entirely possible. But this doesn't look too bad. I think this looks probably fine. Not familiar on the exact heights of all 3 of them, but in my mind's eye, it's not bad. Because once again, as I said in the integrated suit video, I had to do it. Here he is next to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He's kind of leaning a little bit. The figure's joints are a little loose. And then the 2014 Hasbro Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, obviously. And this doesn't look bad either. They're about all 3 the same height-ish when you get them all. J. Jonah Jameson's a little bit taller than Andrew, and Toby's about the same height as Andrew, but as I said, his head's kind of leaning forward a little bit. For some other companies, here he is next to the Mafex Advanced suit from Far From Home with the Iron Spider gauntlets. As you all know, if you've been on the channel for any length of time, I can't shut up about it, apparently. And then the Mezco Punisher with the vest taken off, and then the Peter B. Parker coat put on him, and it looks a lot better in person than it does on camera right here. I don't know why it looks so weird. But overall, I mean, he's a great figure to have. If you're a big fan of the Raimi trilogy, if you're a big fan of the new stuff, if you're a big fan of J.K. Simmons, which I am a huge fan of J.K. Simmons, I mean, he literally was like in so much of my childhood and so much of my adulthood so far. And yeah, I mean, it's just, you can't pass it. It's such a good figure for J. Jonah Jameson. And I'm pretty sure because the head actually fits, the comic book one fits on this body, you probably could take his head and put it on the comic book version, which I would do, but as you all know, I use the arms for Loki, so I don't really have that figure anymore, but I may have to get another one so I can do that. I've had a lot of fun posing the figure around, you know, messing around with Spider-Man, having him with the angry head, the fist, and the hand in the air going, "Damn you, Spider-Man!" You know, it's just, it's fun. It's just a fun figure, honestly. And if you're a fan of the movies, as I said, you'll enjoy the figure too. Or if you're just a fan of J.K. Simmons. So, yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.